me on what if.
And welcome back to my channel. I think today's video is going to be a good one. At least I hope it's going to be a good one. I'm pretty excited. We have some exciting things. And I know I say I'm like so excited for every video, but I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be testing out a full face of brand new products to me. I get excited enough about makeup, but trying new makeup and trying new products that I haven't tried before is just like pure bliss. I just love discovering new products, trying out new products that I've been wanting to try for a while. I finally got my hands on, and I think I have everything to do a full face except for like maybe eyebrows. But I think everything else I have an item for. So I'm super excited for that. And also everything in today's video is drugstore or affordable except for one product, which is my primer. I don't have a new drugstore primer, but I do have a new high-end primer, so I'm just gonna toss that in this video. But other than that, everything else is drugstore, everything else is affordable, so that's also really exciting because who doesn't love cheap makeup, you know? So I'm hoping that we find some good products here today. Let's just go ahead and start hopping into the video and putting things on my face and seeing how they work. For primer, I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I have heard so much about this. Some people adore it and some people don't like it. The people that don't like it tend to have really oily skin because this is a primer and a moisturizer in one, which is really exciting for me because I do have dry skin and I love having my skin super hydrated and moisturized before I go into my foundation. So I think I'm going to like this a lot. So it's actually pretty liquidy, if you can see that. It's more liquidy than I thought. It feels super nice, actually. It feels very moisturizing, obviously, but it's really lightweight. It's not too heavy at all. And I'm just gonna make sure that that is rubbed in nice and good. You don't wanna just kind of slap it on. You wanna make sure it's really worked into your skin so it doesn't react weird with the foundation. But now that it's all rubbed in, it's actually getting a little tacky, which I like. I like it when my primers have a little bit of stick to them because I feel like it just holds my foundation a little bit better. So this feels really good. I like it, but I want to see how it's going to react with my foundation. And I'm curious to see if that'll actually make my foundation last longer or if it just makes your skin look really good. Because there's like two different primers in my eyes. There's primers that make your skin look amazing and get your skin ready to make the foundation look as best as it can be. And there's primers that make your foundation last a lot longer. So I have a feeling that that's going to be a type of primer that just makes your skin look really good before foundation rather than making your foundation last a long time, which is totally fine. So for today's foundation, I have been wanting to get this for so long. Today we're going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, and boy oh boy, this was huge in the YouTube world when it first came out because everybody is obsessed with it, and it is $5. A $5 foundation that everyone was obsessed with, so I'm like, I need to try it. But the color selection wasn't the best. The undertones are very, very strong for this foundation. Like they're either very pink or very yellow. And in the light section, it kind of jumped pretty heavily to a really tan color that wasn't gonna work for me. So this is a little light, I think. I'm also really pale, so it's probably just fine. I do have this shade Soft Ivory, and it is described as a light color with warm undertones. It's really liquidy. It is way more liquidy than I thought it was gonna be because it comes with like a little spatula. So for some reason I was imagining it to be like pretty thick, but it's liquidy. I think this foundation is gonna be lighter than I would like it to be, but it's probably gonna end up matching just fine. It kind of smells like paint in a way, which probably isn't the best thing, but wow. The coverage on it is actually really, really nice. And as I'm blending it out, the color honestly matches me quite perfectly. I like my foundations to be a little dark for me just because I am so pale, but I'll easily be able to warm up my face with bronzer and make it look good. But the coverage is really, really nice. It literally smells like paint thinner. That's scary, however. I applied a lot more on this side. So, wish me luck. One thing that I am noticing right away is it's kind of hard to blend it almost. You really just have to work it in and push it in, otherwise there might be a little streak of like where you applied it. But other than that, it's looking really, really good. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more to my cheeks just to see if I can build it up a little bit. Everything is looking pretty good, except right here kind of, it's like sinking in to my pores in a weird way. It's kind of like bunching up in my pores. But if I put on a pore filling primer next time, I bet that'll fix that problem easily. And for $5, this is looking amazing. Okay, so after looking at it pretty close up, I don't think it's doing my pores any favors, but I don't think it's not horrible. I've definitely had foundations look a lot worse in my pores, and I think if I just go in with like my Benefit Professional next time, or like my NYX Angel Veil, I think it would look really good to put like a barrier in between my pores and this foundation, and I think that would easily fix the problem. That's like the only issue I think I'm having right now with it. However, I did just put it on, and I don't know how it's gonna wear throughout the day. All right, so I finally do have a new concealer today because I used heart-shaped tape every day of my life. So today we are going to try the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, and I am so excited. I have the shade Fair Neutral. A lot of things that people do like and a lot of things that people don't like. I heard it is pretty insane coverage, which is good, and that it dries also pretty quickly. So I'm just going to put one side on right now and then go in and blend it out. Wow. The coverage is there. Okay, so right off the bat, that kind of helped the pore situation right here a little bit. The coverage looks super good. It did a good job at just kind of like brightening up my under area. The only thing, I feel like my under eyes look a little bit more dry than how they would with my Tarte Shape Tape. Nothing like too crazy, but I definitely think it looks a little bit more dry, so I would probably avoid this if you have super dry skin, or I'm probably gonna avoid using this on days where my skin just feels really dry. But when my skin's feeling normal, I mean, I like it a lot. I just think that's like one thing to be nervous about, is that it does look a little bit dry underneath there. This concealer is a lot more liquidy than I thought as well. Same thing with the foundation, but this is like, it's liquidy. It's not even that thick. Like, it's a rather thin formula, which is pretty crazy because the Tarte Shape Tape is a really thick formula. So for how thin this is and how much coverage it has, I do really like that. All right, so this is the face with the foundation and the concealer on. My face is dying for some dimension and for some color, but I can fix that with bronzer. But first I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I do have a new powder today, and I've heard a lot about this because it is so cheap. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, and I have this right here. This is also about $5, and it is a massive tub. So this-ish will last you forever, which is one good thing. From the people who have tried this, I have heard that the smell of it is rather wicked and intense, but I don't know, I'm curious. Oh, that's not how I was expecting it to smell like. It smells like old lady. It literally smells like a grandma's perfume, I think. So I'm gonna put a little bit into my cap. Although the smell is bad, it's only $5, and I hope it doesn't last on my face all day where I can constantly smell it, because then I can get over it. But it smells like old lady perfume. Go ahead, dip in my beauty blender. It looks pretty good, honestly. Oh, I just like ate it. Something weird is kind of happening on my nose, like right here, and I don't know if it is the foundation, the concealer, or the powder, so that's great. One benefit of trying a bunch of new products at once. Okay, so I think everything actually looks really good. The only place that I'm having issues right now is my nose, which is weird because I don't think I ever have issues of products breaking up on my nose, but I am. But that powder did make my under eyes look super smooth. It really helped out that pore situation right there. The only thing is my under eyes are looking pretty dry right now, which just makes me a little bit nervous because if they're dry right now, throughout the day, they're probably gonna look really crepey and really like heavy and dry. That either has to be the concealer or that powder, but I'm gonna guess it was the concealer as well because it was pretty dry already before the powder. Also, just to let you guys know, since I am gonna be trying out all these products, I'm gonna keep this on my face all night. It is about 2:25 right now. I'm gonna leave this on my face all day until the end of the night, and then in the description box down below, I will kind of type a little summary of how everything wore on my face, just so you guys know what I think works, what I think didn't work, and all of that. So just to give you a heads up on that. But now that we are done with all of that, we can now move on to bronzer, and I'm so excited for this product This is a ColourPop pressed powder face bronzer right here. I have used this a couple times. As you can see, it's a little beaten up too, but it's like a slight shimmer. When I got this bronzer and I swatched it, look how shimmery that is. Like, I was like, there's no way that this is gonna look good on my face, but it actually looks gorgeous. And I don't know how or why, because when I swatched it, I was like, this is it, this is horrible, I hate it. But after I put it on my face, I really like the way it looks. It just brings a lot of life to the face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dip in here, pat some off. The one thing with shimmery bronzers is you can't go too crazy. You really want to keep it a little bit more controlled on your cheeks, and you don't want to go as heavily on your forehead. You don't want a lot of shimmer up here. You definitely want to put it on your forehead to balance out the face, but you don't want to like go ham on your forehead. I think it just gives like such a beautiful glow to the skin. I'm also just gonna add a tiny bit to my nose region because I feel like that will just make my whole face look more sun-kissed and more bronzed rather than being uber pale right in the middle and super bronzed on the outside. If you add it to your nose, it just kind of looks like you are sun-kissed even though I am pale and it's the middle of winter in Minnesota. Excuse you. Excuse you. Thanks. Now, this next product is relatively new to me, but I have put it on my channel a couple times now because I seriously use it all the time. It's embarrassing how much I use it, but I got it probably 3 weeks ago, and I have talked about it like I said, but it's still a relatively new product, and I really want to contour my face, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in this video as well. This is the Pro Fusion Contour Palette right here. Like, it's seriously already so used and loved by me, it's filthy. But I'm going to go ahead and contour my cheeks a little bit just to give myself a little bit more structure. So I'm just going to go ahead with my Morphe M437 brush, and I just like to tap the product a little bit on a corner of the brush, just so it's like that. It sits on half the brush. Obviously tap it off so it's not super intense. Then what you can do is just go right in with the side that has the color and put it right in that pocket of your cheekbone where you want the contour to hit. While I am here in this palette, I'm going to take this matte yellow shade there, which is my favorite shade in this palette. It's just a matte banana powder, and I'm going to push this underneath my eyes just to give it a little bit of brightness underneath there. And you don't want to directly put the product right underneath your under eye first. First I stamp about right here, and then I work it up, and as there's less product, I go underneath my eye. Really quick, I'm gonna go back into the stinky powder. I like it, but it's just stinky. It smells like my actual grandma, which is fine. I love you, Grandma, but I don't wanna smell like I'm 80 years old. Since I got a little crazy with the bronzer and it got pretty low, I'm gonna take the flat side of my Morphe sponge, and I'm gonna take a little bit of this powder, and I'm just gonna go right underneath where we contoured and bronzed, like right there. And I'm just gonna make a little line, and then this will clean up the messiness of the contour and the bronzer and just kind of make it a little bit more sharp and defined. I'm not gonna really bake with this. I'm just gonna wipe it off right away with my big fluffy brush. This is the Morphe E41 brush. And then I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off and go over everything just to soften it up a little bit. So now let's go in with a little bit of blush. I got a new Milani blush, and everybody knows that I love Milani Luminoso blush, which is right here. I use this quite a bit on my channel, but it's also just one of my favorite blushes ever. So I wanted to get a different blush from Milani, but this is called Tea Rose, and it's just their powder blush. Also super cute. It's printed like a rose, which is adorable. But this one's matte, so I was really excited to try something different because Luminoso is very luminous. So I really wanted to try one of their matte bronzers. I just realized that I have night class tonight, and I'm gonna roll up with my face fully beat. Do what you gotta do, I guess. All right, I don't know how much that color is picking up on camera, but it's really pretty. It's just like a super soft flush of a pinky coral. Wow, I like that a lot. Shouts out to Milani. All right, so now to finish off the face makeup, we're gonna go in with highlight, and holy crap, am I excited. So everybody, I'm sure you all know about the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters. The first one that they came out with was kind of a goldy champagne color, and that one was called Molten Gold, I think. But they recently came out with another shade. So this is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlight in the shade Molten Rose Gold. So this one is a little bit more pinky. I can't open it. So this one is like a pinky champagne color. But I heard these are poppin' and I'm just really excited about this color. So let's just go in and see what we got here. Holy crap. It's definitely super metallic and super bright. The only thing I don't think I like is the pink undertone is really pink actually, which is totally fine. I mean, it is a pink highlighter. The formula of this is feeling great. It's like bam in your face, but if you're more comfortable with just like a goldy champagne type of highlight, I would definitely recommend the Maybelline Master Chrome in the original molten gold shade. But it's really freaking pretty, but the pinkiness of it just makes me a little nervous. I wonder what it would look like outside. I can't tell if it would look absolutely crazy or not. It's super pretty though. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off of camera quick just because I do not have a new brow product to try. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that really quick. So I kind of gave my brows a quick mediocre fill-in because I was not feeling doing my brows really good today. I was just too impatient. Wasn't feeling it. But now what we can do is move on to the eyeshadow. I got this new little eyeshadow palette. I was so excited when I saw this. So Wet n Wild just came out with a bunch of new mini little eyeshadow palettes. Let me just say that Wet n Wild has been stepping up their game. So they have a bunch of different color scheme palettes that are all this shape, this size, and this palette specifically is the Rose in the Air palette. Even gives you like a little bit of an example of an eyeshadow look you can do on the back. So that is just so cool, I think. These two shades on the outside are labeled Transition. How cute. Even the drugstore knows that each palette needs a good transition shade. I'm just obsessed. And the one eyeshadow palette in my life that I have always wanted and I've just never bought is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. It is the most gorgeous palette in my opinion. It is so pretty, but it's just like really expensive. But this color scheme looks so much like a mini Modern Renaissance palette from the drugstore. I cried. I really want to play with these fun, warm, pinky colors today. So that's what we're gonna do. You know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it, okay? I'm gonna go in with this shade right here to begin with. That's the transition shade we're gonna go in with first, even though I'm probably gonna go in with both. But I'm gonna go in with my Morphe 441 brush and just start fluffing this into the crease. The pigment is there though, like the pigment is here to say, hey, what's up, you know? Now I'm gonna go ahead and tap into this other transition shade on the opposite side. I'm gonna keep this one a little bit more controlled and not go absolutely crazy with it. I'm just gonna keep it right in that crease region. Start layering in some warmth. These eyeshadows literally blend themselves out. So easy. I'm gonna switch over to my Morphe M433 brush, which is my favorite fluffy brush to do some detailed crease work. And I'm going to use this gorgeous, very, very burnt orangey shade almost. So I'm just gonna tap into a little bit of that. Like, look at that pigment. That's insane. I'm going to work this right into my lower crease and upper eyelid area. Oh, it's just so warm. I love it. And I'm also going to tap this shade into my outer third corner, right out here, and wiggle it in. I'm also gonna take it and kind of flick it upwards and outwards just to give my outer eye shape a little bit of like almost a cat eye effect. So it kind of looks like it's getting like pulled up and out. And I'm gonna repeat the same things on the other side. Now I'm going to go in with this gorgeous magenta, purpley, pinky color. And I don't know what I even want to do with this eyeshadow look yet, but I know I want to use this color. So I'm just going to start putting this on my outer third lid region. and we'll just, we'll see what happens. I'm also gonna bring this shade and flick it up and out like I was talking about before. Once I have like no product left in the brush, I'm just gonna take it where that outer tail is. I'm just gonna kind of bring this inwards a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with my initial fluffy brush. I'm just gonna kind of work over all this stuff with no additional product, just to try to soften everything up a little bit. Love it. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that pink shade. I'm gonna work it into the crease a little bit more. First, before I decide what to do on my lid, I'm just gonna take this matte white shade over here and I'm gonna take it on a flat synthetic brush and I'm just going to highlight underneath my brow bone with it. And I'm also gonna bring it across underneath my eyebrow. I'm gonna grab a little bit more of this orangey transition color and I'm really gonna work this right in this middle section to make sure that everything is really blown out and connected. Now what we are gonna do is we're gonna be the classic Katie that I am, and I'm going to cut my crease and put that gold shimmery shade on the lid. This type of eye look just works way better for my eye shape than almost anything else. So I'm sorry that I do it all the time, but it's just like my foolproof, easy way to get a nice, clean cut looking eyeshadow look. So that's what I'm gonna do. But today I'm actually gonna try using my ColourPop concealer to cut the crease instead of my Tarte Shape Tape. See, whenever I do this, it just makes my eyes look so much bigger, especially when they're closed. It just looks like I have way more lid space than I ever normally do. So now we're gonna go in with this gold champagne-y color right there, and we're gonna put this all over the lid. The lid. Oh, you know what I should have done is I should have put this highlighter all over my lid because it's like pinky. Now I'm gonna take this same brush that I was working with before and I'm gonna add a little bit of, let's do a mixture between this pink one and this burnt orange one, how about? And I'm just going to, oh God, these are so pigmented. And I'm just going to tap over the lines where the shimmery shade meets and those outside colors meet. Gonna go over everything with my fluffy brush. You know that that's what I do. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good. It's good, you know, it's good for going to class. I'm not even doing anything. But I am gonna take a little bit of this highlight that we used on the face, and because it does have that such like pinky undertone, I'm gonna put a little bit of this over that gold shade. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my pinky. It's really, really pretty actually, and it just kind of made it a little bit more intense. I want the lower lash line to actually be a little bit more intense, but first to begin, I'm going to let's do a mixture of these two, this transition one and this burnt orange shade, and I'm just gonna do this on my fluffy M506 brush. I'm just gonna run it underneath my lower lash line. I can't ever film this part though. Now I'm gonna take the purpley, pinky, magenta shade, do the same thing. And then I'm really gonna make sure, like out here, I'm also gonna like flick the lower lash line up just so everything meets. My eye makeup is done. I'm just gonna leave it here for today. I don't know when I decided to go full-blown intense because now I need to go to class like this, which is just great, but you know what, I don't really care. But I actually have a new setting spray to try today, which is also really exciting, and it's from the Drugstore. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I've heard a lot of good things about this. Like I heard it's super intense, like, and it works really well at making your makeup last all day. The only thing is it has a lot of alcohol in it, honestly. The second ingredient is alcohol. So this is not gonna be a setting spray that I'm gonna use every day, but if you have a night that you need your ish to last you all night, like you have an event, or you're gonna be outside and you're gonna be sweating, then I would go ahead and use this, but it's not gonna be something you're gonna wanna put on your skin every single day because it does have a high amount of alcohol in it. I'm gonna smell it. Oh, it does not smell as bad as I thought it was gonna smell like. I thought it was gonna reek of alcohol. The mister isn't the best. And I'm curious to see if that's gonna help make my makeup last all night. Was that everything? No, we need to do the lip product. For lips, I have this new Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink lip thing. I don't even know if this is, it says it's matte, so I'm guessing it's like a matte liquid lipstick. I don't honestly know anything about this product, but this is in the shade Driver. So really quick, I'm gonna line my lips with my NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in the shade Stockholm. All right, let's go ahead and go in. Oh, it's like thick. Looks like a lip gloss. The applicator is very stiff. It's definitely really matte though. I don't know if it's gonna dry down and like be transfer proof. I think this color looks a little weird and like muted and a little dead on me, but it ain't bad. And this, you guys, is the finished look right here using a bunch of new face products, eye products, lip products, everything. And like I said, all of this is from the drugstore and or is an affordable price except for this primer. But that's kind of cool. Oh Lord. As I'm talking, this lip thing is getting a little sticky. I don't think I'm gonna like this lip product. I'll let you know in the description box below, like I said, and I'm also gonna do that for all these products and let you know how they wore throughout the night, how they wore throughout my class. I really love the eyeshadow look and how this eyeshadow palette performed. I was seriously so pleasantly surprised. If you've been wanting the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, I say go buy that because it is seriously so pretty. It worked so well. I really do like this bronzer from ColourPop a lot. As I'm sitting here, I can no longer smell the Coty Airspun powder, which is a huge plus. I'm glad about that. I liked this blush from Milani a lot. The Maybelline highlighter, looking at the color now, it definitely looks a lot more chill and less pink, so I really like that. I'm gonna continue keep using it and seeing how it wears like in natural sunlight and everything, making sure that it looks good. The primer felt really well. I'm not sure if the foundation or if the concealer was acting weird on my nose, but my skin looks really good right now for having a $5 foundation on, so that's great. And my under eyes are looking a little bit dry, but it's nothing I can't bear, so that is amazing as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and just kind of chit-chatting and getting ready with me with a bunch of new products. Let me know if you check out any of these products or any other cool new products that you guys have tried from the drugstore, because like I said, I am a junkie when it comes out to trying a bunch of new makeup. So let me know. If you liked today's video and want me to do more videos like this in the future of just testing out new products on camera and hearing my first reactions and my first thoughts, then give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.